The 4:45 a.m. bus to New York City is now boarding at door number 3, the muffled voice said over the intercom. Thank goodness, I said to myself as I stood to collect my bag. I followed the other waiting passengers and formed a line at door number 3. Hey, little mama, I heard a raspy voice say over my shoulder. I turned around, hoping that it was not who I thought it was. It's him. He smiled at me, displaying an open-faced gold tooth that was next to a spot in the front of his mouth where another tooth used to be. He looked like a jack-o'-lantern. I saw him when he first came into the bus station. He looked like he was fresh out of the pen, as in penitentiary. He had on some high-waisted, stone-washed jeans that were rolled at the bottom and tucked into his white slouch socks. He had on a windbreaker jacket with earth-tone-colored paisley print. I'm figuring that was the style when he went up. No one told him that we have graduated from paisley jackets and stone-washed jeans. He sat across from me in the waiting area and kept looking at me. I made eye contact with him once, and he pulled his bottom lip between his teeth. Well, tooth. I named him Toothless. I always make up names for people when I don't know their names or don't care to know their names. I felt uncomfortable under his glare, so I moved and sat closer to the guard station. I don't know how much help the security guard would have actually been, since he seemed fascinated by a crossword puzzle he was working. After realizing Toothless was standing behind me in line to board the bus, I looked into my bag and pretended like I'd left something in my seat. I stood by my seat for a few minutes until I saw the line move. Then I stood back in line. I needed to make sure Toothless and I wasn't sitting anywhere near each other. The bus was somewhat full, but the seat directly behind the driver was still available. I chose that one. Toothless sat in the back of the bus. The bus loaded its last passengers and pulled out of the station. The bus passed the Gateway Arch and crossed over the Mississippi River. I watched as we crossed the bridge into Illinois from Missouri, indicating that I'd actually done it. I left St. Louis. More like escaped St. Louis. I walked across the stage at my high school graduation, celebrated with my best friend Zanetta. Then, I snuck out of my house in the middle of the night.